Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another Guild Wars 2 PvP guide with gameplay. So this time we're on SF Elementalist. I'm sorry to do two Ele videos in a row, but this build is really, I've been playing around with it quite a lot, and it's a really fun build. Of course there's other stronger builds like Mesmer and Thief for single target burst and AoE burst, but Elementalist also is quite high up there with the massive burst it has from this build. It's very squishy and yeah. So there's been a lot of changes to PvP recently. A lot of people speculated, even me, that DD Ele was going to die, but DD Ele is still very strong. You just had to change a few things, and I might make another video about that. The changes in a few days. Also, beta weekend is tomorrow, so I might get a Daredevil build up, maybe a Druid one, or an Engineer one. I'm definitely going to be playing around an Engineer. And yeah, so anyway, let's get into SF Ele. So it's focused around high burst, high single target burst through your access to lightning strike on a very low cooldown, and whenever you switch to air you strike someone with lightning, and whenever you critical hit your air attunement goes off cooldown. In fire attunement you have access to massive AoE burst and a bit of burning. Earth is mainly your defensive one, so you have a pure hard invulnerability for 4 seconds, and then magnetic wave just clears conditions and reflects, and rock barrier gives you toughness. And then water of course is healing and a bit of chill / daze. So anyway, I'll get into the equipment. Sorry. So Scepter focus of course, like I said, so Scepter and focus, it doesn't matter what you run for this, they're just weapons. Energy sigil and air sigil. So we don't run evasive arcana, so the energy can be taken out to something else. You can run air fire or any on crit sigil, so on crit. So you can run something like even leeching would be nice. You could run strength for the massive might, and fire. So in the PvP changes, Elementalist no longer gets might from their cantrips, even if traded for it. So running the fire line is a bit like worthless now, because that was one of the main parts of it. However, they still have the reduced cooldown and regen / vigor, which isn't too bad. So yeah, you can run air fire, but I just still run energy for the dodges, because you need dodges on this build because it's very squishy. So we have the lowest armor you can obtain, 1,800 to 1,900. We have decent health though, so we can take a few hits. Quite high crit chance and ferocity as well. So, and power of course. We will run Vampirism Rune because the number 6 one gives you access to become a mist form for free. So whenever you're getting massive spikes or spiked down, you can just pop that. Also, your Earth 5, like I said, that's also another invulnerability. If you are getting CC'd a lot, you need access to a Stunbreaker, of course. So you can run Armor of Earth. This is just so you don't get like one shot by Hammer Warriors, because they can get you in the CC chain. With Backbreaker, number 2, number 5, and then Earthshaker, and then number 2 again. That's like all your health. And then yeah, so these are the things. Then I'll get into traits and then talk about utilities in a minute. Then go through some rotations and a game. So we run Water, Arcane, Air. So Water is mainly for the cantrips and condition clear. So Soothing Ice, just a free frost aura, which is nice. You can also run Stop, Drop and Roll if you really need to, but it's not the greatest. It has a really long internal cooldown. And then so anyway, Soothing Mist, you get 80 health per second passive. It's quite low, but it helps. And then whenever you switch to water, you gain 1,300 health, not too bad, a little bit of extra healing. Then your cantrips grant regen and vigor. This synergizes well with another trait, and have reduced recharge. Healing done to allies is increased, not too useful with this build. And then cleansing water, so whenever you grant regeneration to yourself or an ally, remove a condition. So that's where the regen from the cantrips comes into play, and you also gain regen when you switch to water. And then your healing skill removes 8 conditions, if you can get the full cast off. Also running Armor of Earth gives you enough stability so your Ether Renewal won't get interrupted. In Arcane we have Gain Fury when you switch attunements, great for the quick fire, Phoenix crit or lightning crit air attunement, sorry. Yeah. And then we have Gain Vigor when you crit. This was nerfed. It used to be a 5-second cooldown, but then they made it 10. So it's about 50% uptime, not too bad. Vigor means more dodges. Then whenever you attune to an element, you gain a boon for you and your nearby allies. So that's where the regeneration comes in, that helps you clear a condition. And protection isn't too bad in Earth as well. And then final shielding. So you pop Arcane Shield when you drop below 25%. This is just great for getting a shield on you. It might pop at the same time as Misform, so that would be unfortunate. But it just pops a shield on you that will explode and deal damage, and it pops. It has a lower cooldown because of Elemental Surge. And then we have Boon Duration is increased, attunements recharge faster. It's a really nice trait. And then Elemental Surge, so all your arcane skills recharge faster. They grant ferocity when used, so you have more crit damage, and they put a spell on someone. So the Earth one is really nice. You can get a guaranteed immobilize to set up for a lightning strike. In fire, the burning's 5 seconds, a bit of extra damage. The water chill is really nice as well, and the blind is great for stomping. So, like, you can check out my stomping guide. There's many ways you can get safe stomps on classes. That's on the channel, so it's a safe stomp class guide. Then air, we have move faster while attuned to air, so that's like a really nice passive. So if you're running around from point to point, you can just switch to air and get there a bit faster. Then gain ferocity based on precision. We have quite high precision, so we get extra crit damage. And then this is what I was talking about, so every time you attune to air, you strike a foe with a bolt of lightning, which is quite powerful because we'll attune to air quite a lot. Then more precision, which means more ferocity, and reduce recharge on all your air skills. So swirling winds is up more, lightning strike is up more, blinding flash, it's really powerful. And then chance to cause Vuln on crit, that's nice because it builds up quite a lot, especially from your air auto attack, because you crit very rapidly, which builds up a lot of vulnerability stacks. And yeah, so as you see there, we should get some. Yeah, it's just a bit of extra damage. And then of course fresh air, so recharge air attunement on a critical hit. There's a cool thing you can do with this, where if you start your air auto attack and switch to another attunement, your air auto attack will keep going, so you crit and then switch back to air and get another burst off, and then you can do things like this, boom boom. So like there's a lot of combos you can do with this, but basically air is where your spike comes from. So you want to always try and pop your big skills and then switch back to air for the finishing spike, and then you can use things like Arcane Blast and Lightning Flash to crit while in another attunement. So while you're in water, for example, you can Lightning Flash, then your air will be off cooldown, and you can crit again. And Lightning Flash also does quite high damage, by the way. So another change to Ele was Dragon's Tooth is now ground target ability. So it used to just go like, it used to go 900 range ahead of your camera, so you had to do weird things like looking up to place it and stuff. But now it's a lot easier to like place on a point and things like that. And Dragon's Tooth also hits very hard, but most people just dodge it. It's kind of to bait a dodge from your opponent. Phoenix is a very high burst skill, deals 2 sets of damage and comes back to you. It usually crits all the time, and then you can switch to air for a follow-up burst. Another skill in Earth, so Magnetic Wave, although it clears 3 conditions and you don't want to waste it, it actually does a really high damage. So if this crits, Magnetic Wave, yeah, so, and then you can switch back to air, switch to fire, then instantly pop Arcane Blast, switch back to air, and get a finishing burst off. So that's what I mean, you can kind of bait an attunement out. So as you saw there, I just quickly switched to fire for like to waste it. You should usually bait water because you need fire more than water. But yeah, you can like you start in air, you get a burst off, switch to earth, switch back to air, switch to water, and then get a guaranteed crit, then switch back to air. I'll do it on the heavy golem. I'll try and set up a burst here. So get Dragon's Tooth down, a Phoenix, and then we switch back, we get a crit, and then we switch back to air, switch to water, get a crit, switch back to air. So yeah, you can use Lightning Flash and Arcane Blast to get guaranteed crits, and this is The Arcane Blast is a very low cooldown skill, and as you see, blast your foe with energy for critical damage, so this always crits. So even though it says damage 828, it usually hits about 2k. For getting a quick crit in fire, you can usually use Phoenix because it travels very fast. Dragon's Tooth takes a long time to cast, so does Flame Strike. And Flame Wall doesn't crit, does it? It can crit, I believe. Maybe not. Oh yeah, it can there. But anyway, so yeah. Switch to Earth, boom, boom, boom. Let's get into a game here, and I'll show off some more rotations. You can kind of see how I play. Always try and keep up your Arcane Lightning, so it will have a pretty much 100% uptime if you use Arcane Blast whenever it's off cooldown. So yep, I'll see you guys in a second. Hey, Q popped here, so we got Temple, which isn't the greatest map, but let's just check the teams. Okay, we're all 5 pugs versus 5 pugs. Frodo Swaggin, it's a funny name. Anyway, so I forgot to talk about the Elite. So Glyph of Elementals used to be 120-second cooldown, but they reduced it to 90, which isn't too bad, so it has a 2/5 uptime, I believe. Yeah, it does. It has a 60-second uptime and 150-second downtime. Alright. Or a 60-second uptime and a 90-second downtime, which is 2/3. Anyway. But yeah, so it lasts a long time. You usually want to pop it while in Earth, because the Earth Elemental is very tanky, and it gives protection. The Fire one is it does a lot of damage. We already have a lot of damage, however, but even if you need a bit of extra, you should pop it in Fire. Water Elemental is pretty useless, and so is the Lightning one. And yeah, if you really are versing a hard team, you can run Arcane Shield instead of Arcane Blast, but with Arcane Blast you can kind of kill them before they kill you, and you have more uptime on Arcane Lightning, increases your ferocity. I'm going to start mid, try and get some burst off. Also, you need to maintain your Swirling Winds, it's very strong. Blocks all Ranger, Pew Pew, Necro Staff. Mesmer auto attacks go through it. Ele staff attacks do not. And yeah, so Mesmers can kind of shit on you. Let's get a Swirling Winds up so the Ranger can't pressure us. There's a Mesmer there, gonna get a burst on him quickly. And he went, let's switch to Earth, let's crit. And get switch to our Mist form. So we need to get a heal off here and switch to Water. So yeah, as I said, Mesmers are very difficult to fight with this build, but if you're running properly, you can easily get them down. Let's get a Dragon's Tooth on him, throw some big burst, and boom, we hit him massively. So as you see there, we have massive down pressure as well. Let's try and get this dude up. Okay, he's already up. Switch to the Ranger now, knock him down, and hopefully we can... Oh, this guy keeps dying. We're going to go invulnerable so we can get rezzed. And crit the Mesmer a few times. Let's go behind here to heal up. And hopefully we can get a kill. So yeah, we already got one Mesmer down. This is the second Mesmer. Gonna crit him here. And he's dead. He died up here. Let's get a Dragon's Tooth down on him. And boom, he's dead. And let's help out the team down here. Blind the Ele. This looks like a DD Ele to me, which is not fair because I'm not a DD Ele. Oh no, he's running Scepter as well. Oh. Okay, anyway, he's dead. He's dead from a warrior. Let's try and drop a Dragon's Tooth on this guy. Blind him. He dodged the Dragon's Tooth, of course. Let's get a Daze on him and a Chill. And follow up with some Burst. Swirling Winds off, of course, just so he can't pressure us with the range. And we'll go for the cap. This warrior does a lot of damage, wow. But yeah, range is dead. So his pet will die with him. And how's the map looking? Looks like one of our teammates went far and died. And there's one at home. This build doesn't specialize too much in 1v1s, but if you can get your blinds well from Lightning 3 and Earth 3, and chain your invulns and reflects properly, you can win most 1v1s. However, it takes a lot of practice and it's quite hard to do, especially against Mesmers. Okay, let's get a Swirling Winds up. Oh, okay, we're probably dead now. And Mez is here. Let's get a Dragon's Tooth on point, and oh, he's going to dodge them. He's going to daze it. Okay, we dazed him properly. Let's blind him here. Immobilize him. And we're not doing too bad fighting a Mesmer. Try and line of sight him here. And chill. Okay, now we get our hard Invuln off, so he popped his Invuln, we popped our Invuln. Swirling Winds to block his Mirror Blade. And he's over here, he's reflecting. Let's knock him down, CC. And try and get a Dragon's Tooth. Oh, we crit. We had to pop our Mistform there from our Vampiroon. And he's running Bountiful Disillusionment, I believe. And we're going to go down here. I tried to switch to water there and heal up. But yeah, Mesmers are very hard to fight. I shouldn't have engaged in that 1v1. Our team looks like they're rushed far. And one of them went down. That's not good. How's the warrior doing at mid? Not too bad, it looks like. He has a lot of quickness. He probably runs that, the stance that gives quickness. We have one down off point. Our thief self-resed. Our ranger is down with someone else. I can't really get there in time, so I'm going to help this warrior out. Because the Mesmer is coming. Let's knock the Mesmer down. Oh, okay. He was immune to the knockdown. And let's get another burst off. And he took the portal back to home. Okay, let's get this Ele a bit bursted down. Let's blind him a bit and get away. At least have insane healing with DD still. They didn't really nerf that. They just nerfed the might stacking that they have. Is the warrior going to come back on point? Help me. Okay, we interrupted the Ele at least. That was not bad. Let's try and get a Dragon's Tooth off. And a Phoenix maybe, because we baited his dodge. And we managed to get half of it off. And we'll pop an Immobilize. And Outburst. This isn't going too well. Okay, we got one down. Okay, the Mesmer shouldn't be able to res him. We got a Dragon's Tooth on his body. And we missed, unfortunately. Okay, the Ele's dead. Mez is also dead. A nice cleave. And he's just gonna go for the kill. I'll leave the warrior to cap that. I'm gonna blink up here. There's a blink spot. Helps you move around the map a lot faster. Let's fight this ranger. This is the tanky Condi ranger with a lot of toughness. He runs the power, toughness, condition damage, or toughness, condition damage, healing power. And he looks like he's dead. That's correct. Let's get a reflect going up. And swirling winds, just so we don't get pressured. And the Mesmer is here. He mass invised. Shit. Luckily we can ground target Dragon's Tooth now, so if he wants to res, go ahead. Go right ahead. Yep, he's dead for the cleave. Is that our portal? Okay. Looks like I don't need to take that. I'm going to take it back. And we're doing pretty well in relation to capping points. We just need to have some map control and buff control. So the top buff spawns at 11:30, and then the bottom buff spawns at 8:30, as well as the top buff. So let's just quickly get this ranger at Ele down. Arcane Blast is a projectile. It can be dodged, but it's very hard to dodge as it moves very fast, and it's very hard to see. Let's just burst the Ele down really quick. So yeah, sometimes it's better to go for the stomp. Like we're going to put our Swirling Winds up in case of the Mesmer Mirror Blades. So the Mesmer is there. Let's try and get a knockdown. He blinked back up there. Okay, so yep, the buffs are up at 8:30, like I said. Hopefully there's not someone there. It looks like there's actually a Necro there in Plague form. Okay, this is bad news for us. They got the triple cap. Okay, the Mez is on our ass really close here. Pop a mirror, pop Swirling Winds up. And it looks like we're taking a lot of pressure. We have to kind of get out of here. Oh, this is bad for us. Hopefully we don't get focused by the Necro as well. Actually, we are getting focused. And we can dodge back and blink up. So I had to play very defensively there. We get a bit of heal up from water. Water Trident is also a heal. It's nice. Looks like this Mez is going to +1 the fight, so I'm going to have to go in and help too. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, we want to play? Let's play. Let's blast some might. Get some crits down. He's running a lot tankier than me. And we can get some Fire Dragon's Tooth off. Get a crit. And we can put Swirling Winds up. He's stacking Might there just by himself. And we have to interrupt him there, pop a Dragon's Tooth and a Phoenix. He dodged both, unfortunately. Let's get a bit of a heal up on us. Let's chill him here. And we have to dodge out and burst him back. Let's pop our heal skill and our stun break so we get stability. He pop his attunement, I pop mine. Oh, not attunement, glyph. So the Ele is going to die there. I dropped a Dragon's Tooth preemptively just for the burst, and the Thief came into +1. We're a bit behind on points at the moment, but we just won 2 caps. If our team stopped rushing far and dying, that would be great, but yeah. How are we doing? Not too bad. Okay, Necro's coming in here. Swirling Winds up, getting Immobilize up. Let's try and CC him. Okay, sweet. It's Dragon's Tooth Phoenix. Oh, he actually ate the Dragon's Tooth. Wow, surprising. We're going low here. I'm going to have to blink up straight away. Okay, yeah, I was spamming that pretty hard. And let's daze him. Interrupted. Get a Dragon's Tooth down and a burst. Close, close, close. Magnetic Wave burst. Boom. And Shadowstone burst. Boom. And he's dead. So I had to pop pretty much everything there against the Necro. That was a bit unfortunate. And let's get back on point to the Ele. I'm going to start in Earth for the Immobilize, switch back to Lightning and crit him. Also at 5:30 there's a top buff, so they're fighting at top buff right now. I'm going to go help there. How's this going? Going to get a Dragon's Tooth on there. And a Phoenix. And we crit him there. He's out of range, crap. Okay, we're in a bit of a dangerous situation. Our heal got interrupted, so that sucks. We're probably dead here. What's chasing us? A Necro. Okay, gonna get a Dragon's Tooth on there. Dragon's Tooth. Oh, we fell down. That was bad. Okay, we can't do anything from down here, so we're just gonna try and get back up to mid. How's mid doing? Mid is doing fine. Are we winning top? So yeah, we actually caught up in points. Home looks like we won home. The Thief and the Mesmer capped that. How's this top fight going? Let's get a Dragon's Tooth right on there. The Necro is right here. What is he doing? He's chasing. Let's get Immobilize on him. And burst him. Okay, we've got to be careful now. We're going to daze him just for the interrupt. Oh, he evaded. He got mowed. Nice. Oh, we missed him there. Also, the fire auto attack on Scepter got a massive buff in damage in the PvP changes, so it actually hits pretty hard now. Okay, let's just take him out here. And Dragon's Tooth is a lot easier to place now with the change, so you can kind of predict where people are moving. Let's just knock him down here. And get a bit of burst off with Phoenix, and he's dead. Boom. There goes the burst. Gonna put my Armor of Earth for the stability. And we got a stomp. Head back to mid. We're only a couple of points ahead. This is a very close game. We've fought this Ele before. We just need a bit of help. Okay, let's switch back to water. Okay, sweet. The warrior came in to save the day. And the Mez is there as well. So the Mez really wants to try and save his teammates, but what can he do? Okay. The warrior cleaved him down, it looks like. Mez is over there. So yeah, you really want to watch out for them, and you can really quickly spike Mesmers down. They can also do the same to you, however. So the Dragon's Tooth up here. Just for a defensive play, so no one can kind of come there. And we capped it. I'm going to go help out the Mesmer on home. Looks like he's holding up pretty well. If he was like low health, I wouldn't bother coming, because then I'd just die as well. But he's holding up pretty well. Okay, there's a Mez here as well. Let's get a crit. Let's CC him. Get a Dragon's Tooth Phoenix combo going down. Daze him. And pop stability so we don't get CC'd. Oh, and the Mez is back. I'm going to pop my hard Invuln. Oh, that was a very high pressure situation. Okay, we have to back out of there now. For sure. Wow, they got the triple cap, so they're probably going to take the game here. We didn't have much buff control, but we had a lot of point control and burst. Did I die that game? I don't think so. I didn't see the bridge screen. Okay, let's pop our blast to clear some conditions. Burst the Ele down. Switch back to fire, get a Dragon's Tooth on point. Let's pop our elemental vs elemental. And we are going down here, let's heal up. So kiting and positioning is very important. You don't want to be on point and in people's faces a lot of the time. You want to try and kite them around and burst them down slowly. But it's all about just getting your skills down very quickly, and that takes practice, of course, because you won't learn it like instantly. But this whole bursting thing can be done slowly and quickly, so it's all about how fast you can burst down a target. So yeah, that was the SF Elementalist PvP build guide. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Check out some of my other PvP videos. Feel free to do that. And see ya.